Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider First Down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design, with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Well, hello everyone, and a very Merry Christmas from Rider Nation Station family to yours. Tonight, we bring you boys basketball as the St. Mary's Rough Riders host the Celina Bulldogs. I'm Joe Hurlbert. I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action alongside me as Kelly J. and Andy Rammel. And, of course, these are two teams that are struggling out of the gate. And so it's kind of surprising with Celina. You know, they got a veteran coach in Adam Johns, but, of course, they've been struggling. They come in with a record of 0-3, 0-1 in the Western Buckeye League. St. Mary's 1-3, 0-1 in the Western Buckeye League. So let's talk a little bit about Celina quickly before we jump into the Riders.
Okay, Coach Johns in his sixth year already as the head coach of the Celina Bulldogs, and of course, Rider Nation Station know Adam Johns as a 2007 St. Mary's grad.
Yep.
And had a very distinguished basketball career here, and then went on to play at Capital under St. Mary's.
Damon Goodwin.
Yeah, St. Mary's Damon Goodwin. So St. Mary's is well acquainted with Coach Adam Johns. But to jump in with the actual team this year for the Bulldogs, as you said, Joe, they are 0-3, struggling out of the gate. Lost to Wapak, lost to New Bremen, and lost to Versailles. So, a couple of pretty decent teams to start out with. So, not necessarily shameful to lose to them, but, nobody wants to be 0-3. They are led in scoring. Let me roll the stats around here. By Gavin Wicker, Jr., coming in at 15 points a game. So that's a pretty nice scoring average for him. Parker Wink, another junior, is at 8 points a game. And Braylon Parker, a third junior, is at 6 points a game. As a team, they're averaging 41 points a game. Talking with Coach Johns before the game, and he said that they're not converting offensively, and that's code word for not shooting well. And one of the areas that he said they're really struggling with, and while I'm looking at the stat sheet, it's super struggle from the free throw line. As a team, shooting 43% from the free throw line. That's kind of similar to the St. Mary's girls who have struggled the last 2 years from the free throw line. So he said they got to convert some things offensively. Obviously, and we always talk about it up here, winning the turnover battle and winning the battle on the boards is going to be good. The Bulldogs are not necessarily a huge team, and so being able to function on the boards, and Coach Johns talked about putting a lot of defensive pressure without fouling is going to be a key for them to win this game tonight. Okay, here we go. 41 points a game. Defensively, giving up 53 points a game, and St. Mary's is not scoring 53 points a game, so it's going to be. We'll see what wins out stat-wise here.
Well, of course, a couple of players will not dress, or they're hurt. Cohen Harder will not dress tonight, and of course Logan Kearns scratched from the roster tonight because of injury, but so they'll miss those two. On the other hand, let's take a look at our Rough Riders. They come in, as I mentioned, 1-3 overall, 0-1 in the Western Buckeye League. What do we know about them?
All right, let me flip things over here a little bit. The Rough Riders, as you said, 1-3, averaging 44 points a game, giving up 53 points a game, shooting a little better. They're shooting 40% from the field, 73% from the free throw line, but the big area where it's just like red flags, and we've talked about it here in the last couple games, shooting 22% from the three-point line, and that's brutal. When you have a team that is not really strong inside, you hope that you can punish teams from the perimeter, and so far the Riders have not done that. So far, the Riders are led in scoring, and we had some debates up here in the booth by Caden Geiger, which we think 13 points a game. Andy and I were going over some things, and they mathematically didn't pan out.
Didn't jive up.
And we've had disputes before with Huddle, when Huddle's doing your stats. and so, yeah, we're kind of going over some things going, I hope these are right. So we think about 13 points a game. And I'll just throw that about in there, Andy.
That's the good qualifier for the stat man, right? Just make sure that about.
About Casey Gross, about 7.5 points per game. Aiden Meinerding, 7.3 points per game. And let's see, turnovers have been the big issue with the Riders so far, averaging like 19 turnovers a game, and that's brutal when you're giving that many possessions to the other team.
Well, and the last time we were on the air was home against Findlay, and for 3 quarters they managed the turnover dilemma. They kind of kept it in that manageable range, and then in the 4th quarter it kind of unraveled on them. And that's when we went from a 10-point lead to now we're trailing by 2 or 3 and ended up being a 4-point game, I believe. 5 points, excuse me. But it was all turnover driven.
Right.
And that's what I think is going to be really critical, because you look at the stats for these guys, and St. Mary's is averaging 44 a game. Celina's given up 53. It's almost the reverse. Celina's averaging 41. St. Mary's given up 53. And so you think, oh, whoever gets their offense going, I'm going to be looking for the big defensive possession, the one that forces that turnover and gets that other team doubting their offense. I think you'll see some runs form from that. And so I think defense is the key tonight. You can't allow a team that's struggling from three-point line to get hot. You can't allow somebody to score against you at the free throw line tonight. Again, those turnovers are going to be critical. Key possessions defensively are going to be critical, and momentum is going to be everything. Because you know passion's going to be here tonight.
Right.
When you're playing the team from the other side of the lake, that you're going to be riled up, and who can control that and handle it, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, and when you're struggling offensively, getting easy points is going to be key.
And that's where the free throw line could be really critical. And so if Celina's struggling from that, you lose those easy points, you lose that confidence, and then it gets harder to make the shots when they are contested. So
absolutely. Right now they're lowering the flag for the playing of our national anthem. We're going to step away. While they do, we'll come back. We'll have the introduction of the cheerleaders, starting lineups, and the tip-off of tonight's contest between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the Celina Bulldogs. We'll be right back. And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation. The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
All righty, we'll welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly J. and Andy Rammel. We're getting ready to do the introduction of the cheerleaders. You know, when you talk about the St. Mary's Rough Riders, I think from my perspective, what I see is there is not one individual that is identified as their shooter.
Well,
somebody that needs to step up and say, I want the ball.
Some of it might be people trying to learn their roles across the board. You know, I mean, and sometimes some people are not necessarily ready to step up and be the man. And, you know, I'm going to be the man to take the shot, a key part of the game. I'm going to be the man to handle the ball when the defensive pressure gets really, really intense. So some of it's a little bit of youth. You've got new coach, kids getting used to his system and his style, but you also got some guys that haven't gotten a lot of varsity playing time that are now thrust into that role, and I think it's still fairly early for them to learn their roles.
I wrote that down in my notes, that Caden Geiger's progression as a scorer, going 10, 18, 19, and then other teams realize you're the scorer, and now you've got to do it against their best defender. And so there's some growth that comes with that, from like Kelly was saying, being the guy who's counted on to score.
Sure.
The other team knows that too, and they're going to try and stop that. Yeah. And so I would be a little patient with that, with some of the new stuff that we have and the young guys, and feeling out a new coach and a new offensive system. But you don't have time to be too patient.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't.
Exactly.
There comes a time when you've played 5 or 6 games, you're not a sophomore anymore. You're not a young guy anymore. You better grow up quick.
Yeah.
Because if 10 games from now we're still saying, well, we're young, we're adjusting, it's going to be a long season.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so you got to start making those progressions, and that takes a different level of effort.
Right.
And so we've heard some talk about guys figuring out their role effort-wise on the team too.
Right.
And so that's something they got to get grown into and go good from that.
Very good.
Gentlemen, welcome to St. Mary's.
The St. Mary's JVs won the JV contest by a score of 54-39. Right now, let's take it down to our public address announcer for the introduction of tonight's players.
Coached by the Rider Basketball Hall of Famer, Mr. Adam Johns, coming into tonight's contest with a record of 0-3, 0-1 in the wild Western Buckeye League. At guard, straight out of the dog pound, number 1, the 6'1 junior, Parker Wink. And now, Rider Nation, get on your feet. It's time to rise and recognize the starting lineup for your St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders. Coached by Mr. 600, Tim Bargy, coming into tonight's contest with a record of 1-3 and 0-1 in the league. At point guard, straight out of the horseshoe, number 5, 5'10 senior, the leadoff man, the mighty Casey Bruce. For the green and white at guard, number 11, 6' junior, Gavin Wicker. For the royal blue and gold at guard, number 21, 6' senior, he's QB1, Aiden Meinerding. For the current county seat of Mercer County, at guard, number 13, a 6' junior, Braylon Parker. For the original county seat of Mercer County, at forward, he's number 1, a 6'1 junior. It's time for some shakin' Blake Dingledine. Representing the algae-choked waters of Western Grand Lake, at forward, number 45, 6'3 senior, Logan Billerman. Representing the crystal clear waters of Eastern Grand Lake, at forward, number 4, 6' senior, Clayton One-Way Rhodes. For the leashed male canines, at center, number 33, 6'5" and only a sophomore, Caleb Schlater. For the Sons of Teddy Roosevelt, at power forward, number 2, 6'3 junior. When he gets hot, he's radioactive. The Geiger counter, Caden Geiger.
Alrighty, there you have the starting lineups of tonight's ball game. The only change that I saw is that Clayton Rhodes will start in the place of Huck Hertenstein.
Correct.
So both Blake Dingledine and Caleb Schlater will step to the center of the court.
And I'm looking for a couple things tonight. I'm looking for how well does Gross handle the ball, Meinerding handle the ball against defensive pressure. That's going to be a biggie. Can Blake Dingledine do some post up inside and take advantage of some maybe mismatch things, something that we saw against Findlay and we saw also against Perry.
It was a game changer when Blake went out against Findlay because he didn't have that mismatch.
All right, the tip is controlled by Celina, but it went out of bounds on the far end of the floor. So St. Mary's will have the basketball. Aiden Meinerding will trigger it into Casey Gross. Just underway here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, Rider Nation Station. Glad to have you along wherever you might be watching. Geiger. Rhodes.
Looks like a man. This line is in.
He'll drop it down the Dingledine. Goes across the paint, goes up off the glass, won't go. Rebound. So I think it's going to be on
Rhodes,
Clayton Rhodes over the back.
Coach Bargy talked about that in the pregame that Blake Dingledine is probably a lot quicker than the people that are guarding him inside, and he was hoping to take advantage of that.
Oh, man, that's an over and back call. Blake Dingledine got the steal, and then he threw it to a Rough Rider, and he was not yet across the 10-second line, so it was over and back.
So a turnover followed by a turnover.
Correct.
Keep the stat guy busy.
Yeah, I know. I hate those bang-bang ones.
Billerman with the basketball, give it to Schlater. Schlater to Wicker. He'll drop it down. Wicker gets it back. Drives into paint, spin move. That's got to, you got to be kidding me. That's going to count. Here you'll see it on our Larry Schaff auto sale. It's the replay. I'm not so sure he didn't walk with that thing before he launched it.
But was he aided in his walk by the foul? Gavin Wicker completes the three-point play.
So Celina leads on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard by a score of 3-0. Casey Gross being guarded there by Parker. And too much dribbling. Turnover. Wicker goes up off the glass, scores. Celina's out to a 5-0 lead here in the early going of the first quarter.
And
looks like it'll be man-to-man pressure by Celina.
Gavin Wicker got away with a three-step Euro step. But if they don't call it, it's not a travel.
Kagan Geiger loses it out of bounds, but they say it was last touched by Celina. Blake Dingeldine will trigger it in right in front of the Celina bench.
Coach Johns was trying to encourage the official to make that call the other way.
That's what they do.
Yes.
Gross will give the ball to Minerdane, gets a pick by Rhodes. Dingeldine comes out. In the corner it goes to Gross. Gross drives baseline, spin. Dingeldine for three. Got it. Three-point goal by Blake Dingeldine, and quickly Celina beats the Riders down the floor, but we're going to get a charge called on Gavin Wicker. Good defense by the Riders. Oh, nice job by Blake Dingeldine establishing position. Wicker just ran him over. Good hustle.
Gavin Wicker's being very aggressive offensively for the Bulldogs. And again, he's leading them in scoring. You would expect that out of them, but really aggressive out of the gate.
Casey Gross had the ball swiped by Braylon Parker, and then it went to the floor. I think, did they call a jump ball on that one?
Yes.
I think so. The possession arrow is in favor of Celina. They'll have the basketball as Braylon Parker will trigger it in. That should be St. Mary's' ball as the ball goes off the knee of Braylon Parker.
Both teams dribbling far too far out in front of their bodies. Just the ball screams, steal me, steal me.
That wide crossover out in front becomes problematic. We got Odin Dixon coming in for St. Mary's. See if he can alleviate some of that. You see how Celina's handling the wing ball screen, though. They're blitzing that. St. Mary's hasn't been able to look it over, and they're causing turnovers coming out of it.
Nice denial of the basketball by Parker. He came up with a steal, another turnover by the Rough Riders. Running one-hander by Wicker is good. 7-3, Celina leads on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. Dixon with the basketball.
Dixon got a lot more playing time against Bath last week. Bath was also doing a lot of pressuring the ball, and he was brought in to hopefully handle that ball a little bit better.
Dingeldine gets it down to Geiger. He's in the paint, needs help, goes up with a shot. Left-hander, nope, won't go. Rebound, Rhodes goes up with a reverse, got it. Pretty play by Clayton Rhodes. That was nice. Back to the basket. Puts it off the glass and in.
Andy, you have talked about in the last couple games ago about the Riders not getting back.
I saw it on film early, and they do it there again. It's a little late.
Parker Wink hits the first free throw.
And that is Parker Wink's first free throw make of the year. Hasn't had a ton of attempts, of course, but and the first non-Gavin Wicker point for the Bulldogs.
Casey Gross and Huck Hertenstein check into the lineup for the Rough Riders. Odin Dixon with the basketball, picks it up, needs help. Get it to Gross, to Geiger.
I'm sure that Coach Johns probably saw some.
Hertenstein's going to launch a three, got it. 3-point goal by Huck Hertenstein off the bench.
I'm sure Coach Johns probably saw some film and noticed a few things that the Riders have been doing, and one of them was the run and jump that Finley did last week. And that was on full display here in this first 4 or 5 minutes of play down here at this end.
Shot put up by Geiger, will not go. Rebound comes into the hands of Braylon Parker. 3:23 remaining here in the first quarter here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Wicker back to Parker, drives baseline, hits the bottom of the backboard. Rough Riders have the basketball. Here comes Dixon with the basketball. Give it to Dingeldine, to Hertenstein, another three. That's going to be short. Caleb Schlater got the rebound. I think he was on the end line, so the Rough Riders should have the basketball underneath their own basket. Need somebody to throw it in. Dingeldine to Hertenstein. Nope, can't get the little 6-footer to fall. Celina with the rebound coming the other direction. Parker Wink with the basketball.
Nice little play there. Coach Bargy drew up to get an easy shot. Riders just didn't convert.
Shot put up by Wink, no good. Shot up by Hudson Greasup. That's his first 2 points of the night.
Bishop just entered the game in this last possession.
Geiger goes up with a left-handed shot off the front of the iron. It was short. Here comes Wicker with the basketball. Drives the paint. Goes up with the left hand. It'll count. He's fouled.
A little English on that shot as he drove. It's a nice drive. Gavin Wicker last year was a WBL honorable mention and averaged 16 points a game last year as a sophomore. So he had a successful campaign there, and he's really taking charge out here today.
Yeah, and he's got 10 points.
Yeah, 10 of the 13. Again, just aggressively driving.
Yep.
Riders got to work on getting back and kind of walling off and keeping him in front.
Casey Gross with the basketball. Picks up his dribble, needs help. Gives it to Hertenstein.
Bulldogs are really extended defensively. Should open some things up if the Riders can handle the ball.
Shot put up by Geiger underneath on a reverse attempt. No good. Here comes Celina. Here comes Wicker with the basketball. Shot up, no good by Wink. Casey Gross with the rebound. Riders coming the other direction. Hertenstein drives baseline, needs help, throws it back in, really kind of out of control. Here comes Wicker with the basketball. The ball goes out of bounds. They say it was last touched by the Rough Riders. Celina will maintain possession. Here comes Ryan Monfort into the ball game, along with Blake Dingledine and Jake Klosterman.
No, John Youngs.
Who?
John Youngs.
John Youngs?
Yes.
All
And
right.
Youngs got some valuable minutes against Bath last week. Moved up from the JV, and he's a nice athletic body inside. Can defend and rebound, and I'm sure that's what Coach Bargie's looking for.
Shot missed. Here comes Gross with the basketball. Meinerding.
Again, Rough Riders not getting back. That was a really easy look.
It's undisciplined transition on defense. You just don't know who you're guarding or where, and it's haunted us.
Nice drive, little drop step to the middle there by Youngs. Just didn't convert, but again, Riders looking to use their quickness inside.
Oh, Aiden Meinerding. That was a senseless foul, just kind of shoved him. With 7 seconds remaining, that's kind of.
Yeah, and because we're in the, but I still call it bonus. I don't know. Yeah.
I think it is still called.
It's still called in the bonus. Yeah. Parker Wink, who's now 3 for 3.
I was gonna say I think you reverse jinxed them on the free throw.
I may have, yeah. Not a large sample size though.
No. There we go.
Wing gets 1 of 2. And Meinerding steps on the end line. 4.3 seconds remaining. Celina will have the basketball underneath their own basket as Parker Wink will trigger it in. Shot put up by Wink at the buzzer. No good. That horn sounds the end of the first quarter with the score on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. Celina 15, Rough Riders 10. Back right after this.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach. If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343. Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow!
Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
Already back at Grand Lake Health Systems courts, and quarter just underway. Celina steals it from the Rough Riders. Any statistics, any numbers that stand out, Andy?
Well, that was just St. Mary's 7th turnover of the very young game. They've got to break that. And Celina is 5 of 6 shooting free throws, so that's the difference in the game right now.
Rough Riders trail by 5, 15-10. Meinerding drives left side, spin, gives the ball to Dingledine. Shot, three-point shot is good by Blake Dingledine.
That's his 8th point. And again, we talked about him being a critical mismatch and inside-outside kind of guy. He's doing well with that right now.
Three-point goal by Dingledine pulls the Riders to within 2.
And right now, Blake Dingledine's matched up inside with Caleb Slater. He's probably given up about 6 inches. He's way mismatched, and size, weight-wise as well.
Foul's going to be called on Aiden Meinerding. That's his second personal foul.
Like to see Aiden get on track. He's been a pretty steady scorer for the Riders so far.
Almost a travel by Odin Dixon. And he loses the basketball. And this should be an easy 2 for Braylon Parker. Off the window, 2 points for Celina off the turnover.
And we talked about those easy buckets. Yeah, you can't get any easier than that.
That was my job when I was the assistant coach here, was to track points off turnovers.
There's going to be another turnover.
I'd need a lot of pencils this year, I think, for that, because we seem to turn it over in flurries.
Yeah.
And again, despite having 9 turnovers right in this ball game, put together a series of 3 or 4 good possessions, you can flip this script real quick.
Absolutely.
Last year the Riders had Brendan Steger, a very, very steady, very reliable ball handler, and it was he always had a way of just kind of settling the Riders down. This year they're still looking for that.
Logan Billerman scores for Celina. Easy 2. Geiger with the basketball, guarded by Wink. Rhodes reverse, nope, won't go. Wicker.
Good feet.
Underneath. Easy shot put up by Hudson Greasup. And we've got a timeout called on the floor with a score. Celina 21, St. Mary's 13. Back right after this.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery services available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
We did! Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial student athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
All righty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, Joe Hurlbert alongside Kelly J. and Andy Rammel. Riders trail 21-13 on the Sean Barnett electrical scoreboard.
Good timeout by Coach Bargy. Kind of settle the Riders down, and hopefully we can squelch the turnovers a little bit and get into something offensively.
Hertenstein gets it low. Out to Gross, right side, goes up off the window and got it.
Nice strong move by Gross.
Wicker, Grease, that's Billerman. Wink. Slater. Parker in the paint, goes up with a shot, got it.
Really strong move. He just kind of took it in and got himself deep into the paint and will fade away. Easy shot.
Blake Dingledine out beyond the arc. Hertenstein needs some help. Give it to Geiger. Stolen. Braylon Parker working against Gross, waiting for the rest of the troops to come to the end of the floor. Shot put up, no good by Wicker. Riders have moved Dingeldine out beyond the arc to handle the basketball instead of posting him down low. There's Rhodes. Needs help. Give it to Gross. Rhodes. Spin move. Goes up with a shot. Nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to Slater. Slater to Wink.
The pace has slowed considerably here in these last 2 minutes.
Three-point shot put up by Wicker won't go. Slater runs it down for an offensive board. And
he stepped out of bounds.
So the turnover will give the ball back to the Rough Riders.
That's only Celina's 4th turnover. And for a team that's struggling offensively, if you can limit those, like we've talked about it a lot, limit the turnovers, you can start to score your kind of shots, and then you end up 23-15 in the first half.
More possessions, more shots. It doesn't matter if you're shooting in a low percentage, shooting in a little more.
Dingeldine.
The Riders are not doing a good job of taking advantage of things inside. Bulldogs, if you watch them defensively, nice help side, but in the post are just kind of playing straight behind people and kind of daring them to make a post move.
At times it almost looks zony, like the way they're playing defense. It's not. It's man-to-man, but it's zone principle in post defense especially.
Right.
And that's what you got to do. You got to attack off of it.
Right.
Nice give and go. Clayton Rhodes went up with a shot. He was fouled. He'll go to the line, and he will shoot 2. You see it there on our Larry Schaff Auto Sale Instant Replay.
Rhodes shooting 67% from the field on the year. Again, not a whole lot of attempts.
And again, you sound like a broken record talking about turnovers and all those kinds of things, but free throw line, if you're a struggling offensive team, get yourself to the free throw line, knock some uncontested shots down, see the ball go through the rim, and start to believe you can score, and then you can get some flurry stuff going.
Clayton Rhodes steps in, tries to make the steal, but commits the foul in doing so.
No, I think they
on Celina?
Logan Billerman on that one. Yeah.
Foul is on Logan Billerman. Good job by Clayton Rhodes going after the basketball, draws the foul. Dingeldine, Dixon. Geiger down low, goes up with a left-handed shot, will not go. Ball. Wink has the basketball, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Parker Wink.
That was a done deal. He wasn't passing, and took a little bit of courage for Blake Dingeldine to take that one because he had a head of steam coming up the floor on that one.
Knowing Blake as long as I've known him, he's in the same class as my son Luke. He's one who's not afraid to throw his body in places that are other people might shy away from, and that was kind of one of those moments. Stand in there and take one. He's got big heart.
Parker Wink is not a thin guy either.
No.
Dingeldine goes up with a shot. He's going to be fouled by Billerman.
And again, that's what you like about a kid like Blake. Take a charge on the defensive end, come down here and set a rock-solid screen, roll hard, get in there, get fouled again. Don't be afraid of the contact. Get yourself to the free throw line.
Blake shooting 58% from the free throw line on the season.
Got the first one.
Has taken the second most attempts for the Riders, which tells me he's being aggressive and taking the ball to the basket.
Yep, and you don't have to watch the game long to see that. You see it jumps out at you how aggressive he is down there, working hard all the time, high effort, high engine. Maybe a little more finesse would play sometimes a little better, but you can't ever question the effort.
Right. And while I might be speaking too soon, the Riders have kind of turned the turnovers down just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Suddenly we're getting some decent looks on the offensive end.
Mm-hmm. Again, getting that half court and remind Celina that they're 0-3 and struggle defensively sometimes.
And the Riders were able to give them a little taste of their own medicine there with a little about 3/4 court trap there and got the turnover.
Yep.
Yeah, just like that. That's I believe 3 possessions in a row where Celina's had a turnover, so they're up to 7 on the game. Again, that's what a couple good trips at D, get you some good offensive possessions.
Monfort, no, won't go. Ball tipped, goes to Wink. Here comes Celina. Give it to Wicker. Greasup goes in the paint, goes up with a shot. He's going to be fouled, so he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call that on Geiger, who went straight up at that, as it is, they called it on Monfort instead.
Yeah.
Free throw is good.
And you're right, Andy. I did unjinx the Bulldogs. You know, shooting Greasup shooting like 44% from the free throw line, and that was a nothing but net shot. Looked pretty good. I know. I tell you, I can only read what I can read. What they do, I have no control over that.
He makes 1 of 2. 5-point lead for Celina. St. Mary's has the basketball.
Getting ready for a run and jump, maybe? No.
We're down to 1:20 remaining here in the first half. Inside it goes to Dingeldine. Kick it to Monfort for 3. Nope. Rattles in and out. Ball loose on the floor. Comes away. The foul's going to be called on Odin Dixon.
Celina seems to be having a little trouble with the high ball screen. The wing ball screens, they were blitzing it and having great success turning us over, but that high ball screen, they haven't handled Blake rolling off that. He's got some good looks. I wonder if there'll be some halftime adjustments made in that
Wicker's going to take it to the hole. Well, somebody needs to step out and take a charge or something. That was too easy.
Well, Slater did a really nice job of kind of rolling that screen around. May have been a little illegal, but hey.
Casey Gross for 3. Well, those will keep you in the ball game, that's for sure.
And Gross has been a pretty consistent 3-shooter.
Shot put up by Caleb Schlater. It'll go. He's fouled, so he'll go to the line and shoot 1.
That's one of those, when you're coaching those, you don't hate that foul, but you can't let him get it to the rim. If you're going to foul him, you got to foul him hard enough.
Out here, yeah.
Or foul him hard enough that he doesn't get the ball up to the rim.
Right.
Nothing dirty. Just clear the arm out so he takes the ball with him out of bounds.
Caleb Schlater, a sophomore. Free throw up and rattles in and out. Ball knocked out of bounds by Hudson Greasup.
And the Riders can, if they can get a bucket here going into halftime, have to be excited that they're that close.
Yep.
Nice pass down low to Dingeldine. Ball fake, goes up with a shot. Nope, won't go. Rebound. Comes down to Celina. Parker Wink with the basketball. 5 seconds remaining. Ball stolen by Gross. And he misses a layup, followed by Minerding is good. And that's the end of the first half with the score on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. The Celina Senior Bulldogs 28 and the St. Mary's Rough Riders 24. Well, we're going to have a special recognition here at halftime tonight, so we're going to keep it right here. But until they hand the microphone over to Bill Ruane, we'll talk a little bit about the first half. Andy, what do you got real quick?
Just taking a look, St. Mary's is 4 for 15 from the field, shooting 26%. Again, but they are 4 for 8 from 3, so that's kind of keeping them in. And again, they've been able to make a big possession offensively coming in. Every time Celina seems to pull away, we close it back up.
Okay. Alrighty, right now we're going to turn it down to Superintendent Bill Ruane as he makes this special recognition
Rhonda
of
Shelby
Rhonda Shelby.
graduated from Celina High School in 1959 and moved to St. Mary's, where she served St. Mary's City Schools for 59 years, 45 as a teacher and 14 as a board member. Please direct your attention to the scoreboard for a short video in her honor.
Rhonda Grimm graduated from Bulldog Country in 1959 and was honored to be voted most athletic by her peers. She went on to attend and graduate from Ohio Northern University with a degree in education, quickly making a significant impact on St. Mary's students. Rhonda married the love of her life, Larry Shelby, and together they built a wonderful family with 4 children, serving their community in countless ways. Mrs. Shelby taught at St. Mary's City Schools for 45 years before serving as a school board member for 14 years. December 17, 2025, marked Mrs. Shelby's last school board meeting. Please listen to well wishes from 2 distinguished officials recognizing the lasting impact Mrs. Shelby has had on the community, peers, and most importantly, students for 59 years.
Rhonda, thank you so very much for giving the people of St. Mary's the gift of you. Your time, your teachings, your prayers, your attention, your wise advice. For nearly 6 decades, you've served St. Mary's City Schools in so many ways. You've impacted thousands and thousands of lives. You've championed so many dreams. You've helped to make your community stronger. Rhonda, on behalf of all Ohioans, thank you for your service to others.
Mrs. Shelby, thank you for your years of service, first as an educator and then as a dedicated school board member. You've made an incredible impact on the community. You've educated our children, shaped our schools, supported families and staff in ways that will be felt for generations. Thank you for your service, your heart, and your legacy in St. Mary's. We are forever grateful. God bless you.
Well, my father told me there were 3 occupations the world would always need. Someone to bring you to this world, a doctor and nurse, someone to educate you, and someone to bury you. And I thought the middle one sounded the best. I never really thought of that. I went in there every day, and I enjoyed going to school every day. I never thought it was a job. It was something that I loved to do. I loved working with my students, and I taught with some of the best teachers. I had Mr. Campbell and Mr. Triplett. I had the best principals. And, you know, I was so blessed because I was in a McBroom, and those teachers were all committed, and we came in and did our job every day, and you never thought about, I mean, you just did it. But I really believe that. God has blessed me in so many ways, and I've always had a lot of energy, and I've always found the joy in each day, because when I get up, it's my decision. And I've always found joy, what has just been the best way to go. And I really believe from the Bible and Luke, too much is given, much is expected. And they were there, and that was their job every day to come to school. That was your job to do your homework. That was your job to be respectful. Those years of education should be so meaningful. That minute when I went up, that I just always prayed that, you know, the good Lord would bless this day, that I had some type of influence, positive influence on them, and that I was someone they could trust.
My last thought, and I've heard you say it for decades, is to whom much is given, much is expected.
Oh, yeah. I really believe that. I
from
live
Luke,
that.
But also I believe I need to end it with job well done, thy good and faithful servant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rhonda, we know
when we thought about what to get you, we knew the biggest thing you would want was the scholarship and name to
That is
continue
really-
the future and your
that is important,
service.
yes.
But we also wanted to honor you from the school for all your years of service, and we wanted to start something, and you are going to be the first recipient of the Rough Rider Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh my God, that's
So we're giving you
beautiful.
a Lifetime Rough Rider Achievement Award.
That is beautiful.
So
Oh my heavens.
we appreciate everything you've done. 59 years of service to
Thank
St.
you.
Mary's City Schools.
This is awesome.
So we appreciate
I
it.
love this. Thank you. Oh my heavens.
In honor of Mrs. Shelby, the MHS Alumni Foundation announced a $1,000 scholarship in her name. Both Governor DeWine and the Ohio General Assembly passed proclamations, and St. Mary's City Schools awarded her the first ever Rider Lifetime Achievement Award. As everyone knows, Mrs. Shelby didn't want the attention that we think she deserves, but she is watching live at home on Rider Nation Station. As we conclude this presentation, please help us show her the impact she has made on thousands of Rough Riders by demonstrating the Rhonda ripple effect. At this time, please stand and remain standing if you had Mrs. Shelby in class or if she impacted your life in any way, so Rider Nation Station can show her our love.
We have a lost Venmo card.
All righty,
that was
I
left
am
at the
joined in the booth tonight by Rhonda's son, Sky, and her grandson, Sky. And I'll tell you what, we just saw the Rhonda ripple effect. She has impacted a lot of people in our community as far as education. 59 years in education, not only as a teacher, but as a school board member. You got to be pretty proud of your mama.
Yeah, that is one heck of an accomplishment, 59 years. It's funny because I was telling a story about McBroom where she taught. Mr. McBroom only served 50 years. So my mom's got 9 years on McBroom. And I was sitting there going, wow, that was a long time.
That's quite
my grandfather had Mr. McBroom in the 20s, in
Really?
the 30s.
Really.
And wow, what a great, and coming from Celina too.
Absolutely.
You know, I was talking to Brian Little, the school board member, and he was trying to get her to go 59. Why couldn't she go 60 years? And it's befitting she graduated from Celina in 59. So
Right.
that must be the magical number.
It must be. And Sky, the grandson, you got to be proud of your grandma.
There's no words. You know, her impact on the community is right there comparable with her impact on our family. She has just been she's the matriarch of our family. You can't ask for a better grandma. I'm
Right.
sure you can't ask for a better mom. And we call her G-Maw, and we love our G-Maw.
Absolutely, it's quite an accomplishment. And of course, she gets the very first Rider Lifetime Achievement Award here,
Wow.
and that's quite an accomplishment.
Yep.
She's impacted the lives of many, many people. So,
Yes. So, all right, I just appreciate everybody honoring her, and she went out, like I said, in her terms. She just finally said, all right, that's
absolutely,
it. That's how you
Absolutely.
do it.
That's how you do it.
Yep. So
and
thank you.
Absolutely. Thank Rhonda Shelby for all your hard work and dedication to our students and our community and all the things that you've done. So, Sky, it's good to see you as always.
Yep.
Sky, good to see you again.
You as well.
All righty. I'll tell you what, we're going to get ready for third quarter action. Here as the Rough Riders will play defense, and Celina will have the basketball to start the third quarter. Shot was put up by Parker Wink. Before we get too far into the third quarter, and while we're still kind of settling in on Rhonda's accomplishment, Doug Spencer received a letter from Carl, Amber, Clay, and Abigail Brown, and they just want to pass along that it's with great admiration and heartfelt appreciation that they write to recognize your extraordinary 59 years of dedicated service to our school system and the community. Your unwavering commitment as a teacher, swim coach, and softball coach has left an incredible mark on countless lives, shaping generations with your guidance, encouragement, and passion. And that came from Carl, Amber, and Clay and Abigail Brown. Just some encouraging words and the impact that Rhonda Shelby had on their lives as well.
Should I say, hey, Rhonda? If she's watching, she's got to be watching.
You know, I thought the band, maybe I missed it. I thought they were going to play Help Me Rhonda. They did?
They did.
Okay, I didn't catch it.
Rhonda has made a huge impact on the athletics here at St. Mary's.
Really?
For softball coach here at St. Mary's, took two different teams to the Final Four.
That's right.
How about that? I think she did some tennis coaching as well.
Softball, as you said.
Yep, softball and tennis.
Yep. As a matter of fact, probably was instrumental in establishing them programs.
She did start the program here, and to kind of tie in our Celina connection, she played way back in the day for Celina's Bill Feth, who was a legendary softball coach. She played for him, and then I think he kind of encouraged her when she came to St. Mary's that, hey, we need to start some high school softball, and so she kind of took the bull by the horns and got things started here.
Well, while we've got a chance, the Riders lead by 1, and it has disappeared. I wanted to get that in and say the Riders are up by 1, and a steal and a score by Gavin Wicker gives the Bulldogs a 1-point lead.
And that foul by Odin Dixon, you got to either foul him or don't foul him. But
don't let him make it.
Soft.
Don't let him make it. If you're going to foul him, don't let him make it.
Soft foul and let him get the shot up and go get the old-fashioned three-point play is just no good.
Absolutely.
But the Riders have kind of settled down offensively a little bit.
Rhodes in the paint, goes up off the glass, got it. Nice shot by Clayton Rhodes. Well, in the games that we've seen here at home, Rhodes hasn't seen a lot of action. He's seeing quite a few minutes tonight.
Kind of finding his little niche. Very, very physical, aggressive player.
Mm-hmm. We got a whistle and a foul. Push is going to be called on Parker Wink.
And of course, I love Rhonda Shelby because she's a phenomenal cook.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Meinerding with a nice strong move in the paint. That's his 4th point.
A little trivia on Meinerding here. He was one of only 3 people that scored in the Celina game last year for the Riders. We had 3 people. Alex Haney, Brennan Steger, and Aiden Meinerding.
Really? That
was it.
Wicker drives the paint, misses the easy shot. Here comes the Rough Riders the other way. Here comes Caden Geiger. Dingle dying, swing it over to Meinerding in the corner. It goes to Gross. You got to catch it before you can do anything with it. Geiger. Dingle dying. Gross flashes the paint, gets it in the paint, kicks it back out to Geiger. Goes up.
That was okay. It was two slow steps.
Are you going to tell me that's a Euro move?
Not really. No,
Okay.
it was just 2 big steps that were kind of slow, and that's okay. And put it up with his right hand, which is good to see.
Well, there it is right there. Yep. The first step was a big one.
Yeah.
Riders back on top by 2, 35-33 on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. 3-point shot put up by Wicker, won't go. Celina gets the offensive board, and that's Grease up. And we've got a timeout called on the floor. We're tied at 35. We'll be right back.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Oh, is it?
All righty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, Rider Nation Station. Joe Hurlbert, Kelly J, and Andy Rammel bringing you tonight's ball game.
We got a tie game here, Joe.
We do have a tie ball game. Huck Hertenstein, nice ball fake, goes up with a shot, smooth. Nothing but net. I think that's his 5th point of the night off the bench.
That little ball fake to a mid-range jumper is a lost art. Everybody
Oh, yeah.
wants to chuck those things up. That's a great sign of patience.
I think the foul's going to be called on John Young. On Meinerding, okay.
And we talked about defensively. The Riders do need to keep these guys in front. They're giving up a lot of deep penetration.
Especially from Wicker and Wink. Like they just, those guys are really driving in, and their big guys do a nice job of walling off and sealing to let those lanes happen, but you got to control that out at the free throw line.
And they do, the Bulldogs do have a couple of, I would call wide bodies, just bigger guys who are able to take up space, and a lot of times pinning their man out so that they can't provide much help.
Yep, deny the help side defense, and that makes on-ball defense all the more important. Handling the wing ball screen a little different this half. They're not blitzing as aggressively as they were in the first. That's an interesting thing.
Nice pass by Huck Hertenstein. Geiger just buzzed over his head.
Good cut.
It was a good look.
Yep, good cut.
Didn't get a finish. Oh, nice steal by Geiger, and it was last touch by Wink. So the Rough Riders will have the basketball.
When I go back and look at this film, I'm going to be looking for how many times they get a deflection on a sloppy crossover in front. Like
both teams now.
Both. They're well out in front, and the defenders are close enough to get that offhand in there and doing a nice job of getting some deflections. But
and this is many years ago, but I did point guard some back in the day, and my go-to was always either between the legs
Yes.
behind the back, between the legs, or a drastic pullback away from the defense.
If you're going to use a crossover out in front of you, you've got to get some space between you and the defender. You can't let them stick that hand in there.
Hertenstein struggling with the basketball, had it blocked. Dingeldine comes away with it. Riders lead by 1, 2:42 remaining here in the third quarter.
Again, this is a time when it looks like St. Mary's is getting a little stagnant in their offensive movement. They're just, one guy's working, the other guys are just kind of hanging around. When we get 2 or 3 guys moving, we start to get the looks we want.
Bulldog pressure is not as great as it was in that early going.
That's what I was just thinking, especially that wing ball screen, they were really blitzing it to great effect, causing us to turn it over, and now we're able to look around a little bit. And offensive rebounds are starting to stack up.
Here comes Wicker, and we've got a foul's going to be called on Meinerding. That's going to be his fourth.
And that's a big loss for St. Mary's. He's kind of a stabilizing presence out there in the court.
Free throw by Wicker is good. He'll get one more. 17 points, 18 points for Gavin Wicker.
18th point.
Already well surpassing his 15-point-a-game average coming into this game.
Second free throw rattles in and out. Here comes the Rough Riders. Dixon, Reese Howell's in the ball game for the Rough Riders. Hertenstein kind of shuffled his feet. We get a chance to see that on our Larry Schaff auto sale replay. You can see Hertenstein gets it and just
did a little hop.
Just a little hop. Wicker gives the ball to Greasup. To Wink. Wicker. Foul's going to be called on Logan Billerman.
That's that screen that we kind of talked about.
Yep.
It's kind of sealing their man off and rolling as the ball handler kind of comes by, and
it's a not oft called foul.
Correct. Correct.
It's one that you can use to your advantage.
A little too obvious on that one, I suppose.
Yeah.
Dixon. Hertenstein. Back to Hertenstein, drives the paint, needs help. Kick it back out to Geiger. Dingeldine goes up with a one-hander. It's good. Blake Dingeldine with 15.
Off-footed on that shot. Good body control by Blake Dingeldine.
A nice finesse on the shot, too. A lot of times you see them come up in there and they'll fling that up there with aggression and rattles around the rim. Ugly. That had a nice finesse.
That was a shovel. Shuffled his feet a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he got away with the travel.
Foul's going to be called on Huck Hertenstein.
Greasup shooting 44% from the free throw line on the season.
Greasup hits the first one. Casey Gross checks in. Huck Hertenstein will have a seat. Made them both.
Nothing but net.
We're tied again.
That puts them at 11 for 16 as a team on the game.
Reese Howell thinks about a three, does launch it. Nope, won't go. Follows his shot. Good job. Gets a rebound. And
Coach Bargy calls a timeout.
We got a timeout called on the floor. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spies and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spies Chiropractic unique is their 3-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spies Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. All righty, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert, Kelly J, Andy Rambo, glad to have you along. We're all tied up with 25 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Geiger with it, give the ball to Dixon.
Celina switched to a little bit of a pressure zone here. You like to see St. Mary's get it in the middle there and do some stuff. Now they're man-to-man, so.
2 seconds remaining, let it go, nope. The horn sounds the end of the third quarter, and we're all tied up. 39-39 on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. It'll be an exciting fourth quarter. We hope you come back. We'll be right back. The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider First Down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
All righty, back for the final 8 minutes. It'll be a race to the finish.
Okay, so tie game going into the fourth quarter. A lot of things that we typically hammer home at this point in the game. It's going to be free throws, rebounds, and a biggie tonight, turnovers.
How many turnovers the Rough Riders have right now?
We're sitting on 14 right now.
After that 6th spot in the first quarter, they've toned it down a little bit. 4 in the second and 4 in the third.
Hertenstein drives the paint and throws it off the wall. Geiger up and in. It works.
It worked, yeah. I'm not sure that was intentional. But
nice pass by Hertenstein off the glass. Good job by Huck Hertenstein getting a hand on the ball, but they're going to be tagging him with a foul.
Caleb Bishop is much bigger than Blake Dingledine inside and just got caught too high on that entry pass. I'd almost kind of like to see him slide in behind and force him to make a move to the basket rather than force help side to prevent the layup.
Second free throw is up. Riders lead 41-40 on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard.
Caleb Schlater, son of former Rough Rider Matt Schlater.
Oh, yeah. Geiger in the paint, goes up with a left-handed shot, got it. Nice little 5-foot jumper.
That's the mismatch that Coach Bargy talked about taking advantage of. He's got a little size over Parker Wink inside.
And Geiger has a quiet 8 right now. Now would be a time, we talked early in the pregame about becoming the man, going in there and scoring. Now would be a nice time to start doing that.
Caleb Schlater scores, and quickly we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design, with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet. All righty, we welcome you back to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Kind of take a look at the schedule for the Riders. That nice shot up and in. After tonight, Riders will play Tuesday, December 23rd away against Spencerville. And then on Tuesday, December 30th at home against St. Henry. And then we start the new year out on January 2nd at home with New Bremen. So that's what the boys face in the closing out of 2025. Riders lead by 3. Good job by Casey Gross. I think we're going to get a foul called on Caleb Schlater.
Casey Gross doing a really nice job of trying to deny the ball from Gavin Wicker. Really the entire possession really worked hard to keep him from getting the ball, and then when he did, again, keeping him in front. I'd much prefer Gavin Wicker taking perimeter shots than shooting layups.
Absolutely, and I think young Mr. Slater reverted to his tight end rules there. Put a nice block there, but he got a little extended.
Dingledine drives the paint, ball fake, goes up off the glass, won't go. Rebound comes down to Schlater. Schlater give it to Wink. Wink's going offensive foul on Parker Wink. Nice job by Huck Hertenstein standing his ground. He wasn't moving. That's pretty good.
It was a good call. Not the wisest decision to go that deep for Parker Wink, but I think that's his second charge foul.
I believe so. Third for their team, I think.
Correct.
That was always one of our defensive goals, is getting a certain number of charges a game. That shows grit. You're willing to stand in there and take that, especially against an athlete like Wink.
Gross, give it to Dingledine for 3. High Archer, no. Rolls around. Whistle's going to be called on Casey Gross, I believe. I know a coach back in the day when I played, but that was a drill.
Coach Ray
Charge, take the charge. You stand there and let people just run over you.
And you probably had
like Dave Wright.
I was going to say
exactly.
Dave Wright.
Yeah,
and,
it was like Greg Urich was one.
Hosfeld. Hosfeld, who was not a small guy either.
No, he was not.
Yeah.
But that was a drill.
Oh yeah.
Gavin Wicker hits 3 points.
Gavin Wicker kind of made me eat my words there, but I would rather him taking that shot than shooting an uncontested
and
layup.
again, not to harp on young Slater there, but he probably could have gotten called for a hold
nice
on
shot.
that one.
The offensive line hold?
Yeah. That one didn't follow the tight end rules so much. Don't need to reach that way.
Yeah, I don't like those cheapy fouls, especially this early in the quarter.
And
we don't need to get them to the line for easy buckets.
If you remember back to the Findlay game, St. Mary's started to lose a little bit of composure, started talking more to officials and doing that kind of stuff in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
And we're seeing a little bit of sign of that right now. You just don't want to, again, in a rivalry game like this, a league game at home, maintain composure, make them do the work.
Boy, oh boy.
Gavin Wicker's feeling it.
Yes, he is.
He's having a game tonight.
Yep.
24 points.
And if you recall back to that Findlay game, Andy, the Riders were outscored 23-7 in the fourth quarter. It was an absolute fall apart. I would almost like to see a timeout right now from Coach Bargy just to re-emphasize, hey, we got to find this Gavin Wicker kid. We got to try to keep him from getting the ball right now.
Maintain composure.
Yep.
Maintain.
We're down one. You know, it's not like we're out of the game here.
No, we've been here before and battled back. It's just stay fundamental. Got to have it.
Good defense. Huck Hertenstein on the floor.
Again, you love Huck's effort there. And again, he's come a long way as a basketball player, emerging as a scorer and a better defender. But he's probably a little bit outmatched in a wrestling match against Slater.
Yeah. If we jump on the scales, I'm going to have to put a few bricks on Huck's side just to even things up a little bit.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step away. Rough Riders trail 48-47. We'll be right back.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation! The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
All right, back at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Gavin Wicker.
He's the one guy you can't lose on an out-of-bounds play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riders have got to find him.
And hands down, weren't up, and you got to get out on him.
We've talked about that a lot in the short time we've been together doing this. The positioning's been okay defensively, but you gotta get hands up. You got to do the little things right.
And you know, right now, you don't even need your coach telling you this. You got to find Gavin Wicker.
Yep.
He's got 27 of their 51 points. He's hit his last 3 threes, and you know he's feeling it right now. That rim is huge for him. You got to find him.
This is a big possession for the Rough Riders.
Yes.
They got to get some points. Gross for 3. That's short.
And really not a bad look for Gross.
No.
He was open.
You like to see him maybe a little more square to the rim. He kind of shot one shoulder forward. Takes away some of your power. But he's hit big shots out there.
Gavin Wink with 2 more. That's 29.
That's a tough shot.
It
That's
is.
just a really tough shot.
Well, obviously he's feeling it because he wants the basketball. He wants to take the shot. Here comes Dixon with the basketball. Too much dribbling. Gross almost traveled. Dixon gets it back. Dingle Meinerding puts it on the floor. Gross. Dingle stops and pops. Got it. It's a nice little pull-up jumper by Blake Dingledine.
That's a big basket, too.
Yes.
Keep
That
us
was
in
big.
contact.
It was big. Absolutely.
Keep things in sight.
Wicker's human. Misses the shot, followed by Greasup. 1:50 remaining in the ball game. Riders not out of this by any stretch of the imagination, but they got to make their trips down the floor offensively count. Dingledine up, got it. There you go.
That's his 19th point.
Wow.
Again, playing really well offensively.
Good defense there by Casey Gross, knocking it out of bounds.
Riders going to, I think Coach Burgess is going to do a little offense-defense, and here get a little defensive. Plus, Meinerding's got fouls. He's in a little foul trouble. So, yeah, let's get a little defensive pressure in here.
Clayton Rhodes checks in.
Rhodes also has fouls, though, so it makes that.
Oh, my. That was too easy.
That was the Gavin Wicker effect.
Sure
both guys went flying out after him, and we've got to stop him and left him wide open on the baseline.
Parker Wink's going to get tagged with a foul for reaching in on Odin Dixon.
Wink's a good, quick athlete. He does get a little handsy every once in a while when facing that attacking point guard. But he's a heck of an athlete.
Yeah.
He's got a nice build for basketball. And you know he's an athlete. He's Celina's quarterback.
Oh, not a good pass by Dingledine.
And a quick timeout by Coach Adam Johns to make sure he didn't turn the ball over.
Absolutely.
And
Good call. 1:16 remaining. Riders trail by 6. We'll be right back.
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach.
If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343.
Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful. Yow!
Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
All righty, we've got 1:16 remaining. Rough Riders trail by 6. Celina Bulldogs will have the basketball. They'll have to travel three-quarter court. So the Rough Riders need a turnover and a score. Would be nice.
got a couple of fouls to give.
Wicker dribbles it out of bounds. So the turnover will give it back to the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders need points on this possession. They can't let this lead increase too much farther.
And Andy, that's one of your highlight reels there, dribbling out front.
Yeah.
It was another one.
Yep. And I was just thinking in my head, I don't really love the matchup of Geiger, Garden, Wicker. There seems to be a bit of a speed difference there, but Geiger did a really nice job keeping him towards one side, used the sideline as a little bit of a help defender, and then having good hands on the sloppy crossover.
Hertenstein, Geiger, drop it down to Dingledine. Whistle foul is going to be called on Caleb Schlater, reaching over the back.
And that's not a terrible foul for the Bulldogs. That still just 4, so just reset. And
the only thing you don't like about it is it's kind of soft. It's like you're bigger than Blake in the post there.
Oh, wow.
Like why not do that? Instead.
Yeah. Huck Hertenstein had the ball slapped back at him by Schlater. Now we got a foul on the floor. Huck Hertenstein, more of a frustration foul than anything, I think, right here. Comes Clayton Rhodes back into the ball game. Hertenstein will have a seat. Bulldogs by 6. We're under a minute. 55 ticks remaining. Parker Wink, foul.
And at this point in time, the Riders are going to have to bank on the Bulldogs missing free throws.
And you got to know who's hot tonight. you got to have, like we talked in Finley, you have to have that assistant coach on the bench who's got that chart figured out, and you know, hey, we want to get this guy to the line, not this guy.
So Wink far, misses so the first one. He'll get one more. Hertenstein checks back in.
Well, offense-defense switches by Coach Bargy.
And these are critical checkouts at the free throw line. You know, you got them outnumbered. You got to do your job. You got to be disciplined here.
Makes 1 out of 2. Bulldogs lead by 7. Here comes Meinerding.
Riders are going to have to move fairly quickly here, as the time is not their friend right now.
Not at all. Geiger pulls up, shot is short, whistle and a foul. Take a number, 23, 1 or 5. It was Casey Gross.
Sending the sophomore Caleb Slater to the free throw line. Again, came into the game shooting 42%, so it's a good foul.
Slater hits the free throw, it's good.
Sometimes the numbers do lie.
Seeing right there's a perfect example where free throws can make a big difference and extend your lead in a game without running any time off the clock.
Braylon Parker with the big man block on that one.
Spacing.
And unfortunately, another turnover.
Whistle and a foul. Hertenstein.
This will give Gavin Wicker a chance at a 30-point game.
Wow.
Kind of a landmark thing for a lot of players. Don't know from their records if he's ever had one of those, but he's basically taken over this fourth quarter and well, whole game he's got half their points, but really he was the difference.
Especially in this last 4 minutes when the game was in jeopardy still. And
well, he hit the 3 threes in a row.
No, that was brutal.
That was big.
Yep. Didn't you just say something about that there, Andy?
Sometimes you'd think it'd be easier sitting up here than when it was on the bench and you say the same thing and it just aggravates you just the same. Though.
Yep.
15 seconds remaining. Dingeldine to Gross. Meinerding's going to launch one. Got it. And we've got a timeout with 8.5 seconds remaining. We'll step away. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
All righty, we welcome you back. 8.5 seconds remaining in this ball game. Celina will run their record to 1-3 overall and 1-1 in the Western Buckeye League. St. Mary's will drop to 1-4 overall and 0-2 in the Western Buckeye League. Of course, this will be our last telecast, I believe, until after Christmas.
We didn't wear our Christmas attire.
I know we don't have no hats. I got a beautiful sweater that I could have worn.
Oh,
an ugly sweater.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect. Forgot it.
I had my.
We got to get the memos out earlier
Yeah,
next year.
I know. I could have worn my Santa's helper. I'm a bakery elf gingerbread costume. I had it on here at school.
Did you really?
This past week, yes. Although I don't think I could wear it up here because it is hot.
We got a jump ball called as Gavin Wicker hit 1 of 2.
But the Riders did not get the rebound.
Nope.
Mr. Rammel has been prophetic here on these.
I would hate to see my blood pressure right now.
Yeah, yeah.
That horn sounds the end of tonight's contest. The Celina Bulldogs defeat the St. Mary's Rough Riders by a score of 62 to 54. We're going to step away for a short timeout. We're going to come back. We'll have statistics. We'll wrap this one up and head home for the holidays. We'll do that and more right after this.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery service is available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
We did.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Alrighty, back at Grand Lake, where Celina defeats the St. Mary's Rough Riders by a score of 62 to 54. The JV's just the opposite. They win 54 to 39. So the Rough Riders basketball team split tonight. Rough Riders
Girls.
with the loss. What?
Girls last night.
Yes, they did.
St. Mary's girls won 54 to 50
over Celina.
Over Celina last night.
Yep. Although the wrestlers took it on the chin, didn't they?
Wrestlers took it on the chin. Girls wrestlers, though,
they won.
So,
yep.
Yeah, we distributed things equally.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers in the ball game. We'll have some finer comments, and we'll pack it up and head for home.
Well, I think for Celina, the story begins and ends with Gavin Wicker. His 31 points on 11 of 20 shooting, 55% from the field, 8 for 12 from 2, and then 3 for 8 from 3. Again, but those 3 came in a flurry. He was also 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Again, Celina, a lot of times if you look at aggressive offense, you look at free throw attempts. Celina was 17 for 26 from the game, while St. Mary's only shot 6 free throws.
Right.
Again, that can show sometimes a difference in the offensive philosophy, sometimes a difference in but it always shows a difference in the attacking of the basket. So Celina was much more effective there. In terms of other scores for Celina, Slater had 11, and some big non-statistical things. He did a lot of the butt screens that we were talking about a lot of in the game, and opened up the lane for Wicker to get to the basket. And then Grisham contributed a nice solid 9. Again, those guys did a nice job of limiting St. Mary's to one look and kind of clogging up the middle. As far as St. Mary's goes, Blake Dingledine led in scoring with 19 points. Again, and I thought Blake made really, really smart offensive decisions, when to attack the rim, when to settle for the mid-range jumper. And Caden Geiger had, in my opinion, a somewhat quiet 10. Again, you like to see that second scorer in double figures, which is good. But if Blake's going to throw a 19 out there and we can get Geiger in that 13-14 range, again, you flip the script. As far as turnovers go, Celina had 15 on the game. St. Mary's had 17. And again, when you're looking at that, your goal for the game is maybe 10 a game for a team that plays the way we play. And so you're almost, 2/3 again that. And again, get half those possessions back, especially when you're shooting 44% from the field, like St. Mary's was able to do. You flip the script again. I thought tonight was a miniature version of Findlay 2.0.
Correct.
An improved version in some ways. I thought our composure was better. But in critical moments, we had a couple of weak moments of looking to the officials to bail us out instead of doing what we were supposed to do. Fouling, causing us to have to sub guys in and out who were playing well. And so, again, but that was a shorter period of time tonight than it was against Findlay.
So we made some improvement.
So you like the improvement there. It's just really, really frustrating that you didn't make enough improvement against the guys wearing green. Because
Right.
you really always like,
Sure.
those are the ones you want to hang your hat on. Again, I thought Celina showed some moxie, showed some skill, and Wicker. I don't think he forced very many shots in his 31 points scored either. And that's sometimes you see guys trying to fill it up, trying to pad stuff, and that wasn't it. He was very much, I got this, put it on my shoulders for a couple possessions here, and then the basket gets really big.
Yep.
And he was able to control that and have a really nice game. Again, I think there's a lot to build on in an early season game, especially when both teams are probably dealing with semester exams. I know we spent the day working on them today here at St. Mary's. That can throw you off your rhythm just a little bit, but work hard to get back into it, and there's more games to play.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, the Riders are traveled to Spencerville to take on a very strong Spencerville Bearcat team next Tuesday, whereas Celina will travel to Liberty Benton tomorrow. I might be at home versus Liberty Benton.
So the Rough Riders back in action on Tuesday. Of course, then they'll be back in action on Tuesday, December 30th after Christmas against St. Henry. So again, subscribe to Rider Nation Station so you can get notifications to know exactly when we will be broadcasting who, what, and when. Well, for our entire crew tonight, Rhett Chisholm, Hunter Winget, Doug Spencer on camera, Sue Spencer, Rich Spencer, and Logan Yelton. For my colleagues, Kelly J. and Andy Rammel, I'm Joe Hurlbert, wishing you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the other side of Christmas with more basketball and high school sports, Rough Rider style, here on Rider Nation Station. Until then, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.